So I think most of y'all know that I pre-record the first few videos of the day the night before. And this usually means that what we cover in the morning show is a lot of stuff from the previous day, and usually it's stuff that we can apply to the next morning, which is why we do it that way. Hey, there's a rumor, hey, there's an update, hey, there's a conversation we can have about a player or a team or whatever. But I feel like on the night of June 27th, it's a Monday in 2024, there isn't really anything else to talk about for the next morning's show. Because all of our collective hockey minds are focused on one game in particular. The Florida Panthers defeating the Edmonton Oilers in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. And we had already made our video yesterday talking about how the Florida Panthers won and they played this fantastic shutdown game and the Oilers weren't able to find themselves the flag at the top of the mountain after getting beaten up and pushed down to the very edge and climbing all the way back to face their match. Ultimately falling short by 1 goal, 2-1, final score. That's it. We made the video yesterday, we talked about everything in the game, but I wanted to focus on one of the bigger talking points about this series and the conclusion of the series in this video. You already know from the title and in the thumbnail, today we are talking about Connor McJesus himself, because when he won the Conn Smythe Trophy for the MVP of the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoffs as a member of the losing team, he becomes the 6th player in NHL history to win this trophy as a member of the losing team. And when McDavid won the award, when it was announced, when Gary Bettman revealed to the world who ended up getting that victory, Connor McDavid was nowhere to be found. He did not accept the trophy. He did not shake Gary Bettman's hand. He did not take photographs with the trophy. He didn't skate out onto the ice. He didn't wave at the fans. He didn't do anything. He wasn't there. And the fans in Florida, interestingly enough, they were booing the heck out of the decision. Honestly, I don't really get that. I mean, I get it, you want to see your own guys get the awards because, hey, you guys won the Stanley Cup, and normally the MVP of the Stanley Cup Playoffs award is given to a player who's on the winning team. It always happens like that, right? All except for 6 times in history, but still. Fans were booing. I can understand why. I just don't really relate to it. I think if I was a Florida Panthers fan, I would have been cheering my head off because Connor McJesus literally just had a playoff run for the ages. He broke the Wayne Gretzky assist record, and he was maybe on his way to doing the points record too if he had just gotten a point in Game 6 and Game 7. But either way, Connor McDavid, after the 8 points in 2 games in Games 4 and 5, we were all kind of saying, okay, even if he doesn't get a point, even if the Oilers lose in Game 6, that guy's getting that MVP. And we made our video talking about it. You know, it's up there on YouTube, but either way, I wanted to talk about the moment wherein he did not accept the trophy because it's garnered a lot of controversy and a lot of criticism as well. People saying, hey, Connor McDavid disrespected the sport. What poor sportsmanship from the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. Notice we're not talking about whether or not he should have won it or not. Like, that's an entirely other conversation. If you wanted to debate, okay, you can say that Sergei Bobrovsky and the impact that he had had for the Florida Panthers, maybe was it better than the impact that Connor McDavid had for the Edmonton Oilers? I'd probably say no, especially since Bobrovsky started to trail off towards the middle part of that series. He did clutch up at the end though, so big ups to him. But Connor McDavid not accepting the award is a big problem in many people's opinions. Now, if you want my opinion, which, I mean, I'm going to assume that you do because you clicked on this video and it's kind of my channel, but either way, if you wanted my opinion, I honestly have no problem with McDavid not accepting the award, considering what happened on the ice at that moment. Now, sure, in a perfect world, with emotions removed, with everything set in black and white, is it better if McDavid accepts the award, he goes out onto the ice, he shakes Bettman's hand, he takes the photographs and everything? Or is it better if he does not accept the award? Obviously, it's better conduct, it's better manners, it's better in terms of the respect level to accept the award and do what Connor McDavid didn't do. But unfortunately, the way things went down, there was such a big break between the announcement of the Conn Smythe and the end of the actual game. The game ended, Florida cheered, they celebrated, awesome. Edmonton kind of went to their bench, they saddened up a little bit, they hugged each other, they were depressed, And then there was the handshake line. And the handshake line did its course. Connor McDavid, of course, at the front of that line, shaking everybody's hand, shaking every executive's hand, and just getting all the kind words that he got. Because, of course, the Florida Panthers folks, they know how talented this guy is. He got all the praises that he could have from those players. But after the handshake, you saw the Oilers crowding around their bench once more, and you saw a lot of these guys start to leave and go into the locker room. There were some guys handing out hugs, and tears were shared between the team as they were all leaving. Mind you, this is still like after the handshake line. The Conn Smythe hasn't been announced yet, and Connor McDavid is like the last guy for Edmonton to leave the playing surface and go into the locker room. It isn't for another few more minutes when Gary Bettman actually takes the microphone and presents the Conn Smythe, at which point Connor McDavid was nowhere near to be found. He's not on the ice anymore. He's in the locker room. He's with his team. He's the captain of his team. He's probably giving a speech or whatever, listening to Knoblauch give a speech. These guys are all crowded around with tears in their eyes, just at the total opposite end of the emotional spectrum that exists for human beings than the Florida Panthers team that is out there on the ice. The Panthers were up there. The Oilers were down bad. And you tell me that your expectation is that Connor McDavid, who probably already took some of his equipment off with some of the other guys who took some of their equipment off, he's got to put it all back on and say, hey, sorry guys, I know I'm the captain of your team, but I got to go back out there to accept this award real quick. After so much time had passed between the Oilers leaving the playing surface and the award actually being announced. You know why J.S. Sergei accepted the award back in 2003 when the Anaheim Ducks lost in the final? It's because he didn't leave the ice when the award was announced. Like, he was there. That's why he accepted it. Connor McDavid didn't accept it not because he was, like, being disrespectful, but because so much time had passed by that he was already out, and when you fill in the blanks as to the time frame between him leaving the ice and the time that Conn Smythe was actually announced, there's a very realistic idea that says that Connor McDavid might not have even been in a position to know that he got the award, nor was he probably even well-equipped to accept it. He can't walk out of his team in the middle of maybe a post-game speech, maybe he's the one giving it, maybe it's his coach. And afterwards, you saw the interview where they asked Connor McDavid, hey, how about winning that Conn Smythe, eh? And he's like, it's obviously an honor, but yeah. And you could tell that this really is not the thing that he cares about. Like, he dismissed that so damn hard. Honestly, I'm all here for it because something about seeing raw human spirit out there in the open, that gets me going. I love seeing that, especially in a moment that's so emotionally vulnerable, like losing in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals after forcing a Game 7 after being down 3-0. Connor McDavid, for the most part, said all the right things in his post-game interview. He was really attributing to the success of the Panthers and to the quality of his own team's gameplay, which, if you had watched the video we made yesterday, yeah, I was giving the Oilers props. They had opportunities. It's just that Florida was doing such a good job at shutting them down. McDavid was very level-headed in his post-game press conference. You could tell this guy still has that leadership mentality when he was speaking out these words and quotes. But when asked about the Conn Smythe, the guy didn't give a single damn. And I love that. Not that it's disrespectful to the sport and I love being disrespectful. Okay, maybe a little bit. I don't know. But because people, human beings, we don't follow the rules set by black and white social conduct depicting robots. Because we are human and because we are flawed and because we are never perfect at any given moment, that is why I actually love what Connor McDavid did. Didn't accept the award. He doesn't care about it. He's going out there speaking out to the media. Is it the wrong thing to do? Probably, yeah. Is it better if he accepted the award? I think everybody would say it would have been better if he did. But am I a fan of him not doing it? Yeah, I am. It's so raw. It's so human. Not that I'm dismissing the perspectives of those who are calling him out for it. Yeah, it probably was a little bit disrespectful, but considering the factors, I don't think it was really a big deal. Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Connor McDavid not accepting the Conn Smythe Trophy, being very depressed about it upon being asked, and not giving it any consideration. He's being disrespectful? Is he being dismissive? Is he being ungrateful? Are all of those things true, but you still like it anyway? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Connor McDavid. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.